Today, I'm going to attempt to make a couple of bolo ties. I have a couple of good friends of mine that I play with that would love a couple of bolo ties. One of their favorite colors is blue and the other is red. So we're going to try some sodalite and some jasper. I've never done this before, so hang on. Or as they say in Canada, hold my beer. So for the blue, we're going to use some sodalite. This piece might have some pyrite on it, so that'd be interesting. And sodalite has a hardness of about 5.5 to 6. And for the red, I have this beautiful slab of jasper. I think I got it from one of my subscribers, Karen, in Washington. Hi Karen, how you doing? So there's that, and then sodalite. These have the backing piece on them. Then I have to order the laces and the end pieces, and yeah, this will be fun. So since I've never done this before, I have to figure out how to do this. I have a little circle template that I might try to find the right size hole, which is probably that one there. It's good to start on an edge. So if you start in the middle, then you want to make something else that's a little bit bigger. You can't because you ruin half the piece. So we'll start over here. Look for something with a little bit of texture in it. You could tell I was going to make some butterflies out of this. Right in here is really pretty. Looks like a fracture there, so we'll go just above that. Kind of right in there. I think this marker's had the biscuit. I could see that. We're okay. Now, next thing we have to do is bring these over to the saw and cut them. And while I do some cutting, I'm going to fire up the old dopping station, get the wax heated up so we could put these things on dop sticks. Alright, these are roughly cut out. I finished the rest on the cabbing machine because I'm not sure how far in I'm supposed to go. Probably to the outer edge, but then, yeah, I got to work on that. Anyway, what we're going to do is put these on the dopping station. This ring here, black ring, gets really hot. Got to wait for the wax to melt. And then we're ready to go. We'll stick that to a dopping stick. And we'll show you how to do that in a little bit. Actually, this one, it's a little thicker on one side than it is on the other. So I might have to play with this first, flatten it out. Then we can put it on the dopping station. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. So this is called a flat lap. Basically grinds down your rock on a nice flat surface. We have to keep it wet. And I'm using the 90 grit disc. And I'm going to grind this down until it gets completely flat. But I want to make sure that it's all even on all sides too. So got to do a little bit at a time. So that's better. Now I can put this on the cabbing machine and it'll hopefully turn out nice and even. It's getting there. Getting soft. Hopefully it won't be too much longer.
Eventually.
Okay, well, let's see if we can get the wax to stick to a stick. Yep, it's looking pretty good. Might be a little too much. So we just dab it on the back here, try to get in as center as we can. Base it straight. And that's it. Let it off to cool. A little bit less this time. I like to kind of form it on the stick before I stick it on here. Oops. There you have it. So we're going to let these cool off for a while. I'm going to go have some supper and we'll be right back. So now we move over to the beast. This is called a cabbing machine. It makes cabochons and other things. And what you would do, you would start at this disc here, which is the 80 grit. It's a hard disc. Kind of grind this down to almost the lines. And do your shaping on there. And then we would move on to the 220 disc, which is also a hard disc. Then the rest of the wheels are softer. It's called a res wheel. This is the 280, 600, 1200, 3000. And then on the end, I have a leather pad. Then I could put some 8 to 14,000 polishing grit that I use for my rocks on here, just to give it that added little polish. So far I've only made a couple of things, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I made this for myself, which I haven't put on a necklace yet. Little agate of it's my birthstone. So, wish me luck. So I have them both grinded down. Now I have to kind of dome them. So I put it at about a 45-degree angle all the way around. And now I'm going to take this top edge and do that at a 45-degree angle. And eventually it'll kind of cup, it'll dome it. think we're ready for the next wheel. So I'm going to do the same to this one. We'll be right back. Well, there's the first one, the blue one. Looks pretty good. And then got the Jasper. I think the next wheel will take care of some of the slight rough spots. But I would say that's good to go for the next wheel. By hand, I guess. Oh, this should be hard. So as you saw, this come off the dopping stick. So I'm going to do the rest by hand. So here is the soda light after the 1200. And here is the Jasper after the 1200. It is really shiny. Come on. That's really, really nice. So we're going to continue on. We're almost done. And here we are after the 3000. So now we're going to try the buffing wheel. It's a leather pad, has a little bit of polish on it already. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a squirt and see what happens. Which way? So before I glue these pieces in here, I have to figure out what to do about that little centerpiece that's sticking up. I can't grind it down because that's holding this on, the clips. So I'm going to have to grind out a little bit of the back of the cabochon for it to fit in there properly. Here's the soda light piece. It's got a bit of a rough texture to it, but turned out pretty good. Jasper turned out amazing. Really good shine. Very happy with that. I'm going to like this cab machine after all. And if you want to know how these come off, just put them in the freezer for probably 5-10 minutes and they should pop right off. Nice and easy. I think we're going to try this drill bit here. So that should be plenty big. It's not perfect. It's a little a little loose, but I think if I even it up as best I can and glue it in there, it's going to be nice. Looks good. I mean, for my first bolo tie. Going to use some E6000 adhesive, I should say. And there you have it. Turned out pretty good. Like, holy crap. I got really lucky, I think. Oh, man. So I have to wait for the lace to come in and the end pieces, and then we can put it all together and give it to my friends. This is going to be awesome. I'm excited.